What's up, everybody? Today I am here holding my new Artemis custom flying V, and the good people at Artemis have actually asked me to do a honest video review of the guitar, so I happily obliged, and here it is. Now, I ordered this a good while ago. It took a while to put it out. It took about, I want to say, 3-4 months, which this is a completely custom guitar, so I'm not really going to complain about how much time it took. I sent them every single little specification, and they came through and put all of the specs into the guitar. First main thing I wanted was the 3 humbuckers, and of course Les Paul headstock, because I just think that's fucking sexy on a V. Like, just look at that. It's like, it's lovely. Of course, binding on the neck, block inlays, and one giant thing for me is that I fucking despise where they usually put the input jack on Vs, on Gibson Vs, like right here. What? It's fucking ridiculous. If you want to put it behind the strap, there's all the fuck, like, it's stupid. I hate it. So I had them put the input jack where Jackson puts it on the Randy Rhoads models and the King Vs, right here. And I fucking love that. A string through, as you can see. And matte, of course, as you can tell. I like matte guitars. And yeah, it's very, very aesthetically pleasing. However, there are a few issues that I take with it. Now, first of all, first thing, before I even opened the box, I picked up the box from the very nice UPS lady who delivered it, and I noticed that it was really light. It felt extremely light even before I opened it. And so I took it out, and as you can see, it feels kind of fragile. You know, so I have a feeling the woods aren't that fantastic. Now let me punctuate all of this by saying I paid $500 for this guitar.
What?
I know, it's a mind fuck. $500 for a completely custom, everything to my spec guitar. So there are going to be some issues. Whoa, big surprise, you know? So, yeah, I have a feeling the woods aren't that fantastic. No big deal. I put EMGs in it. You put these things on the fucking wall, it's going to sound like an EMG guitar. No problem. And the fretboard feels rather dry. Now, this can be fixed with some fretboard polish or just by playing it a lot, getting your finger oil into it, whatever the fuck, you know? And there are little issues with the inlays and the way that they're cut. Some of them aren't completely straight, and there's tiny little holes, like right around. You can't see them on here, but there's tiny little holes in there, right next to the inlays. Also, just right off the bat, the hardware that came straight from the factory was complete and total shite. So again, no surprises there. $500.
What?
I'm not complaining. I expected to replace everything with stuff that I like. That's what I wanted to do, for it to be my own real custom guitar. So I expected that. No big deal. But, you know, when you get a new guitar, no matter what you plan on changing, you want to be able to plug it in and just get a sound out of it. You know, you want to play for a second right before you send it off to Sam Ash or Guitar Center or wherever the fuck you send your guitars to get the work done. And out of the box, it didn't work. The soldering on the input jack was just straight up not connected to anything. I can tell that somebody had previously soldered it, but it was very shoddily done, so it had just fallen off. Again, no big deal. I was going to change all the electronics and everything anyway, but I'd like to get a sound before I send it away for a couple weeks. You know, I had been waiting for it for a good few months, so I just at least want to plug it in and just chug something out, you know. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to change out the tuners yet. Had to get the tulip kind because they're very pretty. Now these are very aesthetically pleasing, of course. However, they are again complete and total shit. It happens. I'm cool. Also, in the body, this might be because I'm an idiot and ordered 3 pickups, but you know, what can I say? I like my shit the way I like my shit. It wasn't routed low enough, the middle pickup. So if I have it below a certain distance from the strings, it starts to push the pick guard up on the side here. And again, you can't see it because everything's all, well, you can see it a little bit. It's kind of pushed up there. It kind of arcs with the plastic. Just a tiny thing, you know. It doesn't really affect performance or anything, but I like things to be flat and nice and uniform because I'm just a little OCD like that. Yeah, replaced all the electronics and everything. Just a little bit more evidence to put into that the woods aren't that fantastic. Every time that I unscrew this jack plate here, because I have to, often because it comes loose a lot of dust comes off of the screws, and that fucking terrifies me because I feel like one of these days I'm going to take it out and then try and screw it back in, and it's just not going to work. It's going to be stripped, there's not going to be wood in there, and I'm going to have to wood glue it in, and just, it's going to be a whole big struggle. But hopefully that's not going to happen, you know, fingers crossed, knock on wood, no matter how shitty it is. But also some of the screws are crooked going into the body. And some of the screws are different. Again, it's just a little thing. I just like things consistent and uniform, but for the pickup adjusters on the side, some of the screws are not the same as Phillips head and the other kind of screwdriver head. Shut up. But yeah, now it sounds like I'm complaining a lot. Again, I'm going to reiterate. I paid $500 fucking for this guitar. What? That's pretty damn fucking good for a 2-spec guitar. Like, everything is what I wanted. The fretboard is exactly the scale length that I wanted. The nut width, the fucking neck profile, everything is fantastic. Right down to the print on the headstock. Now, I could have put anything up here. I could have put the Gibson logo, but, you know, that would have been wrong. I don't want to infringe on Gibson's good name, so I told them to put Artemis up here because it is their guitar. I want them to get credit. When somebody asks me who made the guitar, I can just go, boing, these guys, and knock it. It's a Chinese Gibson. That just has a whole stigma attached to it that I don't want to summon up. I'm pleased with it. For what I paid, I got exactly what I wanted. Nothing more, nothing less. It works. It's shiny. But it's just a lot of little things, you know? Like these things back here. You know, like for the string through, these weren't glued in. You know, tiny thing. It's an easy fix for me. All I gotta do is take some wood glue and the Q-tip and just swish it around in there a little bit, shove the thing back in there and let it set, and you're good. It's just little things like that, you know? And also big things like shitty wood. But I'm not gonna say anything. And also one more thing, I ordered a jet black ebony neck. And this is obviously ebony, but it's the really dark kind of brown ebony. It's totally not rosewood. It's hard, obviously it's ebony, but it's just not the jet black. Tiny things. I could dye it very easily. I'm just a lazy cunt, that's it. Am I allowed to say cunt? Don't be insulted that I use the word cunt. I'm a terrible person, aren't I? Anywho, I also use giant strings, which kind of terrifies me. Right now I have 58 through 9s. I use really weird gauge, but I'm really terrified that one day I'm just going to hear like a and then the whole neck is just going to snap and kill me or something like that. But fingers crossed it doesn't happen. Also, you can tell that the plastics aren't that great that they used for the pickguard and this little sweet fucking thing right there. Like, it looks awesome and dope, but when you're looking at it from this angle, like the tips here kind of like go up off of the body. You know what I mean? And if you're restringing it, it gets pulled this way by the strings are already in there because you don't want to cut every single goddamn string when you're changing them, especially with a guitar with such delicate woods. So it kind of brings it this way and blocks the string from coming up this way, which is a big pain in the ass sometimes, is you gotta like fucking really jam that shit in there. Innuendous aside. Innuendos? Innuendosity. Penis allegory. Anywho. One thing though that I didn't specify, which I kind of wish that I had, was putting the strap thing right here, because it's not a problem. It actually makes somewhat sense, because when you're looping this, it makes it easier to get it in there. But I just, for balance reasons, I would like it right here. But I'm not going to be drilling into this thing, you know. I don't want to fuck shit up. Also, there are a few like little like paint job kind of things, like if the binding here up towards the pickup, there's just like a little notch like right there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's there. And just little things like that. The fuck is that? Huh. Alright. Again, I'm a twat. I like things to be perfect. This is my baby and I don't want it to be rough. Oh look, there's another little mark right there. That wasn't me. It's just thing. Yeah, fucking. There's another fucking thing. Like, you can't tell from a distance. I don't even know if you can tell on here, but like, right, like, near there. I know there's like sweat marks and shit, but there were tool marks from people using tools on the guitar, and that's just not okay. I mean, again, $500. What? Not complaining. Not complaining. Just saying. It's not something that I like on my guitars. Obviously, I'm going to scratch the fuck out of it. You know, if you can see from here that there's a fucking right, yep, there. I scratch the shit out of my guitars, but them's are beauty marks that come from me and my sweat and shit and hammering hard on my gits. When something comes from the factory and it already has little nicks and marks on it, I just think, somebody else has left their mark on this guitar. They popped the mark cherry, and that's my cherry to pop, motherfuckers. Gross. Anywho. Anything else? Yeah, like, oh, yeah. Like, you can totally see that, right? Like, you can, right? Ah, there. See that? See that shit? Right there? That wasn't me. Came like that. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Just like a little, of course, no one's gonna see it because it's the back of the fucking guitar, and like, I know I'm being a bitch about it, but like, again, it's just little things like that that really, like, put guitars like a cut above. If I look at a completely immaculate guitar and it's just perfect, and it's like, oh, this is just a perfect, oh my god, perfect, when something is like clear and immaculate and like, oh my god, like, whatever the fuck. Alright, I'm just gonna describe it to you and you're gonna get the fucking sense of what I'm saying. It's like, it's a perfect, immaculate surface, that's not the word, but it works, for me to leave my own marks upon. I like that. You know, I like things to be perfect so that I can fuck them up. There's a word that encapsulates all of this. It's just not coming to me right now. I'm sorry. Ah, God, I'm gonna have to edit this thing hard. The fretwork is actually pretty good. Like, even on some, like, Squires, like some Fender Squires and shit, when you run your fingers along here, like, you'll get cut, or it'll just be unpleasant. But with this, it's like, it's not too bad. The fretwork is actually pretty damn good. I ain't got nothing too bad to say about that. So I don't want it to sound like that I'm ripping on, like, Artemis too hard here, because they do what they do. They make custom guitars for you, cheap as fuck, and you get what you pay for. So if you fucking spend $500,
Say what?
on a custom guitar, and they make it to your spec, and you get it in the mail, and you're disappointed because the fucking tuners won't stay in tune, you're just an idiot. I'm sorry. Like, they're running a new thing now where you can pay more to get Wilkinson parts put in, or better materials, I think. But it's an extra like $300 to have Wilkinson parts included with everything, and I wouldn't go for it. I would just get this the way it is, shitty hardware and all, and just replace everything that I like. Because, you know, I like Grover tuners. You know, I like EMG pickups. I like the Tune-O-Matic style bridges. You know, I just like to put in my own shit. I like the fucking, what are they called? Like Tusk nuts? Those. You're a fucking child. The Tusk nuts. And yeah, I just like to put in my own thing and make guitars my own. I've never gotten a guitar and kept it the way it is from the factory, except for my acoustic, because, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? It's just, I mean, I fucked it up and shit. There's scratches and stuff. I think there might be a little hole in it, but I'm not gonna fucking change the preamp. Fuck that. So let's hear it, even though it's kind of pointless as an EMG guitar. I know how it's gonna sound, but, you know, fuck it. I put an EMG 81. That's not the bridge. That's the bridge. An 81 in the bridge, a 60 in the middle, and a 60X in the neck. Here is the bridge. Sounds like an EMG guitar. I don't mind the sound of EMG, so it's not that bad. And again, a small electronics thing. I wanted just bridge, middle, neck. But that's something I can have fixed. Again, just go into Sam Ash and have him do it all up. Here's fucking all of them. When you use all three pickups, you get really kind of like a really throaty kind of sound out of it. Like, it almost reminded me of, like, when you have a wah half-cocked. You know, obviously it's not going to sound like that. It's not that extreme, but it has that kind of throaty, mid-range, there's the word, quality, you know? Like, Alright, now here is just these two. Yeah, not what I really wanted, you know. I'd rather just have one pickup at a time. It gets kind of muddy when you get more than one, in my opinion, but, you know, whatever. It's cool. Sounds fine. it makes noises when I hit it, so I like it. But yeah, that's how it sounds. You know, pretty good. I mean, I like it. Fuck, just plug it in there and turn the shit up. And yeah. Now, as far as I can tell so far, there's no real big dead spots on the neck. I can bend all I want. Nothing really bends out. I haven't found anything yet. I'm not really much of a lead player, though. I mostly do rhythm. But there's no huge problems like that. Also, I use rather high action, so there's that. But no huge issues with it, really. But yeah, I'm very pleased with it. You know, for $500. What? This is exactly what I fucking wanted. It's pretty as hell. Go on stage, people are like, "Hey, that's a sexy guitar." I'm like, "Hey, thanks, buddy." Because girls don't say that. They just look and you know. They don't say anything. You know, it's cool. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. You know, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. That is my custom Artemis Flying V 3 pickup Les Paul headstock Butte. Goes by the name of Queen Mab. That's right, I've read a book. Suck a dick. So, yeah. Have a good one. Shit. Lost my pick.